Hey everybody, how's everybody doing out there? We are back with another lunchtime vlog. Y'all, let me tell you what I did. I recorded a lunchtime vlog yesterday. I'm re-recording it today because I sat and talked to y'all for almost 30 minutes and I forgot to turn my mic on. When I tell you that video had no sound, it had no sound. None. I was so upset at myself. And I'm thinking, I'm tech savvy, right? I'm going home trying to turn on closed caption, all kinds of stuff. I even sat there reading my own lips, trying to transcribe. I was like, I'm just gonna have to redo the video, and I am so disappointed. Because it was so good, y'all. It was so good. OMG. But nevertheless, yeah, the mic is on today. The mic is on today. You see the green light? That means it's on. Because I'm like, I am not doing this again. Anyway, thank y'all for coming. If you are new here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on the notification bell to all. That way you don't miss any uploads. And if you are a part of the fam bam, been rocking with me for a while, I truly appreciate it. Can't even talk. Y'all make sure to hit that like button and make sure that you share out the video. Please share. Also, I want you to interact with me in the comments. Again, if all you're doing is putting in the comments that you're sliding through to check out the replay, you have questions, you have comments, you have feedback, anything that will help you to interact with me in the comment section, I truly appreciate it. And so I talked about inspiration and motivation, the difference between the two. And I gave you some examples of things that inspire and motivate me. And I am hoping that this video will inspire and or motivate you as well. So basically what I was talking about is the fact that I am inspired by a lot of things. I'm inspired by so many things. One of the most specific things that inspires me, because it is so emotionally moving, is when I talk to someone who has championed different trials in their life. To see a person doing very well now in their life, who may have been homeless. Maybe you were placed in a situation where things was not ideal financially and you just struggled a lot, and now you're doing much better. I love a person who is capable, and there's nothing wrong with people, because people handle things differently, but a person who is capable of going through whatever they're going through and they still have a positive attitude. They still have a different attitude about life and about living and about their goals and what they want to do. And they still dream. They still imagine things being different or even better for them than what they currently are. Those types of people inspire me. And it is so wonderful to interact with people. And I told y'all once before in one of my other videos, I used to be, or I'm that's not past tense, a very I think I'm funny. I think I'm funny. I think I have a quirky personality. I have a quirky sense of humor. I think I'm very serious, but I think that's also what makes me funny when I tell jokes and when I say things. And I think sometimes that catches my kids off guard, because I was raised very regimented, very structured, and and me, I'm OCD, so I have to have things handled a certain way so that I don't feel like I'm missing something. Being that way has made me very detail oriented and things like that, because of the way that I document things, so that my brain, it'll stick in my head. But when I go to tell a joke, or when I'm being silly and I'm, sometimes I put on my little accents and I do different things like that. And my kids and people who know me be looking at me and be like, girl, you ain't got no sense. Because sometimes it'll come out of nowhere. But lately, I was struggling with, just, negativity and it's like, why am I allowing myself to that stuff to be attached to me? And I don't like that. I didn't like where it was taking me, and I didn't like how it was making me feel and things like that. And you have to be careful, because that stuff is contagious. It is very, very contagious. And so, but I've always been the kind of person that I can, it was even messing with my optimism. I can look at a situation and just be like, dang, I'm, this is going on or that's going on, and it's not really a good thing, but I'm glad that it's not worse. I always try to find the positive side of things, and I like being around people like that. That kind of stuff is infectious as well. So, the things that inspire me are just people who are living their lives the best way they know how, and they're constantly trying to look for the silver lining in things, always trying their best to be positive, and treating people the way that they want to be treated. And those types of people, I really enjoy just being like a fly on the wall, so to speak, of their life, and just watching them just overcome so many things. And so watching them being able to navigate things with such a positive attitude, it inspires me to want to do the same thing. It want to, because I see how hard it is, but I also know how good it feels, right? And so a perfect example of, something else that inspires me is, I love music. I have always, played the piano. I sang in a choir. You know, I have always enjoyed music. And for me, music spoke to my soul. Music does not just, it's not superficial for me. And when I, you know, learned about Prince when he first came out and everything, his music, and I know a lot of his lyrics was a little on the adult side, on the mature side, and it wasn't really music that, a young teenager should be listening to. But he's always been more than just the music, the lyrics for me. The way that he inspired my life was like the instruments that he played, or that was in the songs that he wrote, the feeling that the music gave me when I listened to it. It did something to me early on in my life, and it was a way for me to express myself. It was a way for me. He was even, because I started writing poetry when I was 9 years old. But the minute I became exposed to his music, it touched me so deeply that my writing changed, and it became more focused, and it became a bigger, it became more important to me, and it became um like so it helped me to connect to so many different things and in different ways. And he's the reason he inspired me to want to know how to play the piano. And I don't ever think that I wanted to know how to play the guitar, but definitely the piano. And anybody who knows me know that I love me some Prince, baby. I love me some him, and I still can't believe that he's gone. And but yeah, so those are just an example of something that inspires me. People who are go-getters, even in the midst of them going through whatever they're going through, and they do it with such a positive attitude. And then of course, Prince has been an inspiration in my life for many years, many years, and he still continues to be. And that is why, one of the things I brought up when I did this video the first time, I talked about how my husband and I would travel, and we would travel back and forth to Florida to see his family. And that's a 14-hour drive. And I would sit up and read him, because I still have the book about Prince's life. And, I would read him, chapters out of the book. I would, play certain songs for him and help him dissect the song itself, to dissect the lyrics, and have him listen to, the different instruments and things like that. And so one of the things that I did that he thought was just so interesting is I would point out something simple as, a cymbal or a hi-hat, or I don't know why they gunning their engine in this parking lot. That's crazy. But just something that's, like that you, unless you like your ears trained to do certain things, you don't notice that. And so I used to always point that out, and I'd be like, can you hear that? Can you hear that? So Prince, because of the fact that he's was such a perfectionist when it came to his music, and if you've ever like seen him live, or watch like any of his concerts or anything like that, he always like funky bass line, and he had Larry Graham, and he had his female bass player, and he's like bringing in all the instruments, and what he's doing, he calls it musicology. So what he's doing is he's making you aware of all the instruments and the different sounds and different things like that makes up his music. And because of the fact that I've seen him in concert, and I've I pay attention to his videos and like things that he's doing, and he's not just educating you about the song and his music. He's educating you about music in general. And so I love that. So that, like I said, the way that he handles himself and his music, it inspired me to um analyze and look at music as a whole differently, right? So like I said, he has done some things for me, just being who he is, and us being blessed with him being so talented has really molded how I view a lot of things, not just pertaining to music, but just pertaining to life. So anyway, the other thing was motivation. I talked about how, we can be motivated to do so many things. One of the examples I used was talking about you want that beach body, but you don't like the exercise. You don't want to go to the gym. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. But you got to put in the work if you want the results, right? So your motivation to get in the gym is the fact that you can imagine what you're going to look like in your two-piece bathing suit out there strutting in the sand on the beach. So we all need something to motivate us, at some point in our lives. And the other thing that I mentioned was, being a mom, I wanted to make sure that my kids knew that I loved them. I wanted to make sure that I was able to communicate with them, and I wanted to make sure that, I was able to understand what it was that they needed. So the desire to be a better mother motivated me to work on being a better listener, work on being more open-minded, different things like that. I was willing to change a lot of things about myself that I got comfortable with because I didn't have kids, because I was motivated by making sure that they had what they needed. In order to give them what they needed, I had to change. There were some things about me that had to change. And they weren't bad things. They were just, that's just like a single person. You get accustomed to living by yourself. The minute you actually start dating, or you allow people in your space, initially it's uncomfortable because you're used to moving how you move, right? So you have to get used to other people being around, or you have to not let them be around. So it's up to you like if you really want to be a single person, you really want to be in a relationship, and you want to be in a healthy relationship, your motivation to compromise and adjust, your motivation to be in a relationship, you compromise and adjust because your motivation is to be in a relationship and have that person around. So you're making those sacrifices because what's driving you is being in that person's company and being in that relationship. So your motivation is your vehicle. That's what it's, the things that you're doing is your the gas in your vehicle, if that makes sense. So, right? So your compromise is your gas, and what your vehicle is that relationship. So that compromise is driving the desire to be in that relationship. And I don't know if I just confused y'all, but in my head it made sense. So don't come for me. I'm a Virgo, so that's all I'm gonna say about that. But anyway, sometimes you just really have to look at what makes sense to you, and you have to figure out, you know, if you're going to allow the thing that inspires you to also motivate you into this thing that inspires you is also motivating you to take action. Is it going to inspire you and you're just simply moved by it, or is it going to actually trigger you taking action? And so that is what I'm talking about today, because to me those things really should go hand in hand. It shouldn't be that you're inspired but you're not doing anything. You know what I mean? It's like if something moves you so much, it should cause you to want to take action. So I'm gonna pause right here, and I'm gonna say, if you have anything that you want to share in the comments, please do. You know, tell us about something or someone that inspired you, and what was that, and how did it become the thing that inspired you? What did you notice about that thing or that situation that was so inspiring? And also, did it cause you to do something? Did it create an urgency for you to move and make changes, or move and do something? I would love to know. If you can leave me a comment, just let me know. Have you been inspired by anything? Have you been motivated by anything? So with that being said, um, my a perfect example, based on the last few conversations that we've had, a perfect example of something that is motivating to me. Y'all know I'm always on the path of personal growth and development, and so the thing that's motivating me right now is the desire for me to feel like I'm moving forward in my career, for me to feel like I am actually excelling and I'm not just kind of standing still. The desire to feel like I am actually making progress in my life has caused me to you know, uh, start training. I'm doing some independent online courses. I'm also looking at, I'm motivated by the desire to change in my personal business, my personal life as well. So I'm actually doing double duty. I'm learning some new things for my job, but I'm also learning some new skills, um, learning new skills and actually working on certification for my business, so that I can offer services. So the desire to be able to bring you some additional services in my business, and also to help me better understand how to be a successful businesswoman. um, I found it necessary to start looking into courses and opportunities for certification for that. And the same thing with my job. Again, the desire for me to be, one, the best employee I know how to be. Two, for me to be um, uh, better educated, um, a person who has more to offer, and considered valuable. The desire for me to grow in those areas has caused me to start taking these online classes, and I am very excited, because what I've been learning, I'm learning, and it's been so engaging. Initially, when I started watching the videos, I have to watch the videos, and there's a small quiz afterwards. And then when I get through, like, to the end, because there's eight sections in this first part. I'm on 7, like in the middle of 7, I think. And I think I'm going to have to go back and rewatch 7 from the beginning, because I know that I'm not going to be able to properly answer the questions in the quiz, because not that, because I'm taking notes as well, but not that I forgot, but I just want to make sure that it's at the forefront of my mind and I don't have to think too hard about it. So I'm excited, because I know at the end of this, like once I finish the last section, there's going to be an overall quiz, an overall exam on all the sections, and I may even start from the beginning and watch it all over again. And the reason I say that is because I want to make sure before I take the quiz, I want to the exam, I want to make sure that I'm giving myself the best opportunity to score well on this exam, because the exam, you pass the exam, you get your certification in this particular module that I'm working on. So yeah, y'all, keep me in your prayers. Keep me in your prayers. Because I definitely want to do well. I don't want to barely pass. I want to, if I can like ace it out, that's exactly what I would prefer to do. I do know that I may miss some questions, because the way that these questions are worded, and I don't like when they do that. Sometimes you have to pay attention to exactly how they're saying what they're saying, because if you don't, and you look at this multiple choice, and you look at your choices, it almost seems like it could be more than one answer. And so you pick what's the most logical, but then they said that's wrong. And it's because of how they actually worded that particular section of the video. You might have missed the word or something, or you could easily do that. And then instead of going back, which is what I'm going to do, you sitting there scratching your head going, now I know for sure my notes said X, Y, and Z, but you could have missed writing something down. Because when you take notes, you're not doing it longhand. It's like you're picking out keywords and things like that. Now, how did I get over here? I'm way over here in Kentucky, but I'm not off topic, right? Because again, the desire to get my certification, which is my motivation, has got me taking these classes, taking these courses, and taking these quizzes, and doing all this, and trying to learn a new skill set. So that's it's not off topic. I'm just letting y'all know my journey. But I think that is probably about the most that I can remember from the video that I filmed. I am so sorry, y'all, because that video was supposed to be out today, which is Tuesday. And it's not going to be out today, because by the time y'all see this video, it's going to be Thursday. So now I have to figure out if I am going to come back later after this evening, like after I get home from work, and film another video. I actually know, y'all, I actually may go ahead and release this tomorrow, because I didn't release it today. And then I may need to record another one this evening when I get home from work to release on Thursday. Because I don't want because if I do it the way I was originally saying it, putting this one out on Thursday, that means that I will rob y'all of a video. Y'all might not care, but I'm trying to be consistent. My motivation to be consistent has me thinking about filming a second video today so that I can stay on my schedule. So yes, and my inspiration is watching all these other content creators put their videos out on time. I am inspired by them, so I am motivated to do the same thing. So how you like them apples? Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm glad I decided to redo the video, because I was honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, I was dreading refilming it, because I kept saying the video was so good, it was so freaking good, that I just didn't think I was going to be able to remember everything, and I didn't. I know that I talked about some other stuff, gave you more examples and stuff like that, but Lord knows, there's no way for me, and I'm not going to sit there reading lips for 30 minutes trying to remember exactly what I said. But if you were inspired or motivated by this video, I'm trying. I'm trying. Please leave me a comment and let me know what was said that got you in your feel goods, and what you're going to do about whatever it was that made you feel good. Are you going to act on it? Is there anything that you realized in yourself that you need or want to do? But yeah, y'all make sure to go ahead and again, if you're not subscribed, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, turn your notification bells on, and give me a thumbs up. Make sure that you share my video out. And also make sure you're interacting with me in the comment section. And if you made it to the end of the video, please put a purple heart in the comments. All right, y'all. I can't wait till next time. This has been real. If you have any recommendations for lunchtime vlog conversations, feel free to drop those in the comment section as well. If you have anything you want me to talk about, put those in the comment section as well. Thank y'all for rocking with me. If you're not already a member of the Fetch fam, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and download that app, scan my QR code, and get to scanning those receipts. You might as well take advantage of it. You're already spending the money. The receipts translates into points, the points translates into cash, and you can redeem that cash via store card or cash card, or you can donate to charity. Well, all right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here, but you know we don't do so without saying, love yourself, love somebody else, and until next time, y'all take care. Bye.